Okay, so like definitely not like the correction right now, but like for the club studies, like female applicants for stars, we're doing like some sort of a TV show or like a video with like Mr. Mainam personally earlier right now correcting for like since like the initial first round or like the master phase is like over and also I think before like the second round of like the master phase begins like I'm just thing right now to be like that filler like before an entire pillar that like just a being like just a TV show between like Tusa and Mastermind, and maybe like including that the TV show eventually including like Karan as well as like Professor Farid as well, and maybe Ashan too as well. So like an entire pillar full of just the TV show. It was like the scenario that I'm considered or something. Okay, so like definitely my putting the question right now and for like the top like seven mysteries of like the series lab and what the something like the first mystery will be precisely with you like with like serious things are like and also the first mystery will be precisely an easy that basically that doesn't know which EV will be used and that is going to stay and basically an EV that like consists doesn't have a clue as to like and doesn't have that can comes to like citizen as to like which the evolution it wants to like evolve to. It will be like the first mystery. And like the second mystery and those type of things, it will be like since it's like a grade and fixer and something like it would be like a food seed grade and or like it will be a grade and that basically steals food or like a grade and that basically has that has like a never ending appetite. And my question there I'm original for like the third mystery was like Brexit picture like I'm supposed to think it will be most likely heavy. Because I think ever since that earlier incident where like the Ceres laboratory Pokemon area had basically like the river being like polluted due to like a grime rate or like a merchandise. So about the thing back then I think like basically things like Bruxelles was like basically so that polluted river was causing like Bruxelles I think to like use its like water gun or something and that way causing like a bunch of like rock Pokemon to not be able to like play that area near to that river and also I think even after that river that issue was solved and that river was not polluted anymore like still about the difference the Brexit might have turned that into like a habit into a habit that might have been what might have happened and like and also like the mystery like the third mystery connecting to Brexit would be like Brexit maybe since that day like always throwing like basically attacking or like using water gun on like any Pokemon that plays that even comes near to like that area near to that river. Even on land, like basically a breakfast that constantly like uses water gun on any Pokemon that shows up to the land near to that river. That's what it should be. That would be maybe like the third mystery is definitely one of the mention. And for like the fourth mystery, connecting to like connecting to things around the different like it will be only about like this extreme this like participants or that like consistently chases after like Haracross and it's like unwilling to like only give up on its love. This would be like maybe like the fourth mystery that I'm going to like a picture of like the picture, especially my person very much. So like I definitely never to remember for like the first mystery that like so constructor and also something that music like Recon itself is like a mystery and also covering also like the other content details about the mystery something to Recon was you know that is that like even though there is like a Recon in like the service lab uh, still that Recon is like never at all to be found at all like it's like never to be seen at all like it's only like extremely rare or like it would when like that so it would even though like it's right there in like the service lab and absolutely no one would be able to like find that so it no matter how hard they look unless and until so it won't want itself to be seen by all the other Pokemon and all the other trainers and everything. So like, that might be like the serious so it won't sit and so it won't might be like the first spring definitely one of the immersion and as for like the mystery connecting to like sport money as well as like the Lucario being that shop. But the thing is, would you not like maybe not likely having to do with like something the giant god of go like basically what it would be. I think like the god of the love to go. So like I'm about to bring that giant god of would be like currently doing something in like the service lab, right? So, something unusual in that service labs southern area. So like that witnessing that would be like the precise reason for like for money as well as the brother being like totally having the ice pop with like shop with that name of the embarrassing. The like the sickness the reward probably have to do with like goal up can something goal up the giant goal up could be conveyed in right now. That name of the embarrassing. And as for like the seventh mystery with like the picture of like a sleeping yam or about different maybe like it might have been like when you have it like that Chloe's yam might have developed recently or like it might have been something that Chloe's yam might have a habit that Chloe's yam might have always had and it might be it's like the specifications like the picture is that of like a sleeping yam or the different yampers might be Pokemon that might not usually sleep a lot or anything, but like it would be like Chloe's yamper alone would be like it would be rare for like a yamper to like sleep as much as Chloe's yamper was sleeping. So like my personal remembrance is that Chloe's yamper might be having that rare habit among yampers to basically for sleeping for such extremely long time and like duration. So like maybe that might be like the mystery connecting to like the sleeping yamper, the seventh mystery. It's definitely so. This will be all the seven mysteries in happening in like the service lab according to Parita. It's definitely my personal theory and prediction. Okay, so like my prediction right now as for like the EV to as for like identifying like the female EV and personally or different the female EV will be precisely like the EV with like the heart shape design on its face. It's definitely my personal theory and prediction. Exactly like how that Pikachu I think as well how that heart shape tail painting is like the picture that have like a heart shape tail painting is like I think like the female Pikachu is definitely my personal theory and prediction. So like it will be like a similar thing with like Eevee as well. Kind of like a similar thing with the Eevee as well. It's certainly not the Windows. Okay, so like my prediction of like what about Eevee would be unstable and different it would be it's like Eevee's mood is definitely not the Windows. Okay, so like my prediction as for like this is taller. I'm totally only putting the Pikachu that would be taller than Eevee. Okay, so like my prediction right now as for like it's just like heavier and also putting it would be Eevee that is heavier than Pikachu, which is like my prediction and there is that like most likely Pikachu would be a lot faster than Eevee. And so like with Pikachu being able to be way more superiorly faster than Eevee, like they would definitely have a lot of role to play. So definitely my personal remember. Hence like my personal Pikachu would be like a lot lighter than Eevee. So certainly my personal remember. Okay, so like I think my person there in the direction right now. The one like according to the plan, like the another mysterious traits of that Chloe's EV other than like it not wanting to evolve and was the thing to be most likely the fact that like Chloe's EV has like the attack I think like the attack of mimic using with which like Chloe's EV can use like the attack of any it can use like any attack. Definitely my person very much so like and then my person there is that like mimic might not be like a an attack that usually TVs will be able to learn, especially my looking current version. But like I'm considering maybe it might be solely due to like Chloe's TV solely being like more extremely unstable even when compared to like most TVs like there was short reason for like maybe it might have been like only Chloe's TV alone that might have been able to like learn them. Like it might have been like so extremely rare for like an EV to be able to like learn mimic attack using the which like closed TV would be able to like if they able to like use like the attacks of all the other Pokemon. It doesn't even doesn't general. So like this would be like that another mysterious trait of like closed TV that would be telling and certainly one of the vendors. Okay, so like definitely my person's theory and question right now as for like Chloe's TV basically specifically using its like mimic power and mimic attack to like precisely only copy like the moves of like EVs, like all types of like EVs, illusion alone, like rather than copy like even while like the mimic move would be like totally allowed like EV to be able to like copy like the moves of any Pokemon out there. Still like especially the reason for like Royal EV especially choosing to like copy only the moves of like it's like multiple evolution types alone. And so different to be precisely because like PG would be like totally fascinated by like the superior strength and superior power attacks and superior all sorts of unique attacks like that EV would be able to gain once an EV evolves into like all sorts of it's like eight different typing is definitely another consideration. he will be totally fascinated by like all the superior powers of all those eight typing evolution typings of EV. It's definitely my personal impression. But like EV, like it should be like an extremely high priority, like even more higher priority for EV to like retain its like appearance as like an EV, because like that would be what EV generally would like, and EV genuinely would be enjoying, and yeah, that would be what feels right to EV to like really, if that would be what it genuinely would like and enjoy and want, would be to like precisely be it would like prioritize, it might be prioritizing it like it being like any way more than its appearance changing into like any of its like evolution and it's turning bigger and all that. So like that might be the precise reason for like EV no so deciding not to like evolve into any of its like evolution type, but like I'm considering maybe like it might be through that exact desire that might have been like lying within EV that entire time for it to still while remaining as like an EV, for it to be able to like access that whole superiorly powerful attacks of all of it like to the evolved forms. Eight evolved forms might be the precise reason for like EV that way. Its desire eventually resulting in like EV eventually learning the attack, precise attack mimic, and that way that EV precisely ensured that basically it gets to precisely learn and be able to like use like the attacks of this like evolution using the mimic attack. So this might be the precise exact reason for Chloe's EV not evolving. Deciding not to evolve is definitely my personal impression. So like definitely my personal impression right now is that basically even though like among the seven mysteries of like the seven laboratory, like even though the has only done a single mystery, like since there are like six remaining mysteries, I'm considering like this, and also since my secondary impressions were like round two of like the master stage was most likely not a three versus three battle, but like a six versus six battle. That's definitely my secondary impression. So like I'm considering for like so like I'm considering even like the very first battle of like the round two, which will be most likely the whole Leon versus Tianta fight. Like that would be like most likely a six versus battle that would be span on two episodes, two whole episodes. It's definitely the scenario that I'm considering. So like after those two episodes, I'm considering like the next for like the next pillar with like the next mystery from with like Krita like doing like the second mystery is like the scenario that I'm considering. And then after like Ash's battle again against like Cynthia as well, I'm considering if that's two as well, that was this battle as well span to like two episodes is what I'm considering. So like after that like another third mystery as well sold being sold out to fill up by Prita, and after like Ash battle against like Leon as well basically another mystery by fourth mystery by Prita would be like would be doing that it's like the scenario that I'm considering, and then like the remaining mysteries I'm considering of like Lakers are doing while like Go would be like making his progress in his like final project new ultimate mission as like on each of like the final stages of like progressing of as like Go would be like progressing through his like each of his like final stages of the like project new mission, and I'm definitely prepping for Go along with the like Go being selected as like officially as like a chamber along with I think like Gary as well as Tokyo. I think like so that when the main them like being once they will be joining like the main team of like the project new as like chasers, and basically then I'm considering like in the and from this point on I'm considering for them to like not straight away like find and straight away find new. It's not like the scenario that I'm considering. I'm considering the scenario is like most likely either the main professor of like the project new, either him, the main leader of like the project new, either him itself like giving one final second last mission before like them actually prepping for project new. So that final last bit of preparation, giving that last bit of like training and preparation to like all the chambers of like the project new, and that would be most likely Reggie Giga's raid capturing mission in which like Gary, Tokyo go as well as like that senior first new level to project new members as well. I forgot her name. I think that's Asahi and like that other guy. So like they will all be like participating and different together, participating in like that joint mission to precisely most likely capture a Rikigiga and in like and eventually then finding like the Rikigigas and eventually and basically then doing a raid battle in this like I'm delivering definitely it won't be go that would be ending up like being able to like finally capture the Regigigas. I'm thinking it will be precisely that senior, and I'm thinking most likely it won't be Gary either that would usually be ending up capturing that Regigigas with like or like I'm considering it would be either Gary or like it would be like that other senior project new member, chaser member that was preparing would be capturing like the process Regigiga towards the end of that raid batch. It is like the scenario that I was preparing. So like at that point, even though Go would be like participating in like the raid that is like Go based on the point and feeling even insecure that he wasn't able to like capture next the Regigigas, which like I'm was preparing Go will be probably finally struggling with pain to like overcoming precisely when it will especially after that whole Regigigas mission that considering after even like capturing that Regigigas and considering another one of like the seven mysteries as well, the filler episode as well happened like narrow that end of history. And it will be only after capturing the Regigigas and considering then it will be like then and after that like they will be like the next setting of for like the final mission to like precisely search and find and capture like new like the whole ultimate final or new mission to like precisely capture new would be only happening at that point of like the scenario that Ambassador is playing. So like Ambassador either it would be like the leader of like the project, giving Go and all of them their for last bit of task before like then searching for new as for like and assigning them to like to capture right gears or like that would be like one possibility that I'm considering or like the other possibility is like basically when along with like the leader like the entirety of Go and the entirety of like the project new case of Go like would be like looking for like new like then basically instead of new like them totally encountering like a and then them being them right then itself like literally to like get to raid battles against like that Regigiga like the other scenario that I'm looking and then after capturing like the Regigiga then continuing their search and eventually that's what's leading them to like finally new finally leading them towards new and then them doing a raid battle against new in which like Go would be finally getting his like spotlight in like his like project new mission like finally it would be at that very last final point that Go will be finally getting like the most relevant and most important and the biggest spotlight and that will be precisely but like about different maybe like the raid battle like initially even though Go would be like extremely nervous when faced with like new so like I'm considering initially that those performance will be like totally go wrong and like it to even affect like not likely like the other raid members like that will be like participating other new phase of raid members like that will be participating in that raid battle against you. But still I'm considering like the battle raid that's like so eventually totally overcoming it's like lacks confidence and like insecurities and I'm considering towards the very end of that raid battle like so yeah totally not likely using it like Intellion like would be like perform even outtraining and outperforming all the other uh, chaser members and maybe even like the leader as well go even outshining all of them and basically during like the final phase of like the of that entirety of like, the raid battle against like you and basically the sad like go especially being like the go and like Intellion especially being like the trainer and Pokemon to like basically both Inteleon especially being like the Pokemon to like land the final attack on Mew that would be like defeating Mew and weakening Mew. It's like that would be defeating Mew like the scenario that I'm correct. So like but both Inteleon landing that final attack goes then like straight away throwing his like maybe master ball like considering maybe before that go possibly finding a master ball rather than go just like in a raid battle just throwing using a pokeball to like catch up a legendary Pokemon like you and probably something like even before that somehow master ball will be like ending up in those hands so like I'm considering at that point so go towards the end of that raid battle using just like uh, master ball on you. And basically that way go finally capturing you and like the project new mission being able to like go capturing new finally and go achieving his goal and that way go getting like the most important and final biggest spotlight towards the very end. It's like the eventual final scenario that about the recording and method impression. Okay, so like definitely was looking to regulations that like recently when like also the reach like message like the radio by the nickname that is like a lonely god lately basically and that's eventually that message eventually resulting in like Ren as well messaging that Professor Radio by his nickname, which is like Nerve Voice or something like. And basically that had initially even ending up with like Professor Ferris and Ren like actually figuring out that basically each of them had basically were the precise people that had even sent the messages to like that Professor Radio. And then those different so in like the present as like once again like as Professor Sabi sent this message as like Daddy's and the only born lately like I'm considering the and with like even while Sabi sends that message to like the radio and like the person like I'm considering obviously so like when on listening like the radio like Ren might have not even expected like most likely sorry like once again sends a message so like I'm considering so Ren's message might have precisely the message that Ren might have always sent to like the radio as like a reply to especially Professor Service by to like the nickname that is a lonely boy lady by precisely Ren being like well and fully aware that basically that's actually Service talking about Chloe. That's definitely my personal impression, but like definitely my personal theory is that like this thing like this thing that like Ren as well as series like basically having sent messages to like the this exact radio of like and I'm totally bring definitely that Mr. Nara definitely will be like even though he has his space story he will definitely still be like James definitely my person to Ren. So like this whole finding out about like Ren as well as like series secretly sending messages to this like, exact radio show might have been this and them finding out about it like they both might have totally not told about this information to precisely Krisa. Definitely my person to remember. Hence why Krisa would be totally feeling safe about like sending her message as like a reply as well, sending her message as well to like the radio to this very exact same radio station by her nickname even being like Yellow Lover. So like definitely my person to remember that like Krisa's name, its nickname itself being like Yellow Lover would totally and totally have to do with like Krisa totally having like a crush on precisely Ren. It's definitely my personal favorite. It totally has to the yellow would totally have to do with like a Ren being blonde. And so like the blonde color and yellow connection would be like the reason for like Krisa's nickname even being like so the radio and being like added by Krisa herself, but like yellow lover is definitely my personal favorite. And Krisa might be definitely extremely insecure about like revealing it to like about like telling Ren as to like how she genuinely feels about Ren. That's also definitely my personal favorite. So like so I would be totally unaware that the precise two people that had like a message right before her. So that very same exact same radio show was exactly Wesley Professor Ferris as well as a friend. It's definitely my person theory. So my person theory is definitely that basically so like definitely my person theory and research that like even once like Krista as well would be like sending out her message like by the nickname Yellow Lover. Even the numbers differing neither Rand nor Professor Ferris would be able to like realize wouldn't be realizing at all that it was exactly a message from precisely Krista. That's definitely my personal theory. Exactly like last time, and so differing a similar situation with like after the radio show about differing exactly like how Ren and Professor Ferris like accidentally figured out that basically accidentally and coincidentally totally figured out that basically they were like the precise two nicknames that had sent messages to the radio and was differing a similar situation in which like I'm differing most likely Ren Sarif and Lakarza casually having a conversation after like that precise radio show would be over like and I'm delivering at that point to like precisely for them to like all three of them to like actually figure out that they need for like a series as well as like for precisely a series and Ren to like precisely as well as like Krupa to like actually figure out that basically figure out and realize that basically through that conversation realizing that basically they were like the that Krupa as well was like the person who had sent the message by the nickname Yellow Lover and Krupa realizing that basically Ren and he was Ren as well as like Daddy's only bold he was exactly like the professor series and that Ren was like completely the nurse voice like this nickname message in that exact radio. But I'm personally putting one another twist as well because like I'm personally putting right then like Professor Service would be like the only person right then would be also realizing that basically Then basically like especially the reason for like Rusa's like nickname being Yellow Lemon. And I'm also even at that point like I'm also especially Rusa on realizing that especially it was Sarit as well as like Ren that had sent like the message to like the radio itself. Like Rusa would be finding it out itself like in the presence of Ren and Sarit like initially itself. At that point itself, Rusa and both the Ren to totally blush and to totally get extremely insecure about like the possibility of like Ren totally figuring out that basically she has a crush on him. So like I'm considering it will be only Professor Series that will be totally getting it and like and I'm considering Professor Series like totally smiling at smiling at slightly Trisa and like straight away I'm considering Trisa totally sweating and basically feeling it like extremely scared like the possibility like Series like totally revealing about like her crush to Ren but I'm totally pretending like Professor Series like totally smiling and deciding to like let them talk it out and basically so like I'm only thinking but that way like Prabhupada is smiling at Trisa and leaving the set to scenario that I'm considering and Trisa would be like and still I'm considering Ren to not at all get it that and Ren would be like totally confused with like scenario that I'm considering as to like why exactly like Trisa's nickname even was like yellow lover so like I'm going to bring a rent to not get it currently. I'm going to maybe in like the distant future, the very distant future when I'm going to starting rent to like finally get it. And that's like and at that point eventually I'm going to bring in like the future for like Ren and Trita to totally get married into like the scenario that I'm working on. But right now I'm going to totally putting Ren only would only be confused as to like why Trita like nickname Vivian is like yellow lava, certainly not going to remember.